Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Trivia Truck, and today I'm going to show you the online subscription of Miller and Levine Biology 2010, first and only good best edition of the book. Now, I really like how this is laid out online, better than the current edition, 2019. And so I'm going to get into those reasons as I'm going through. And so I'm going to show you a sample chapter and give you a spoiler and teaser to what it's going to look like for the upcoming biology course that's high school level for Curtin University. So it gives the chapter title, we were on chapter 27, dealing with animal systems. And so there's several animal systems. So one, those two chapters, I think. So Animal Systems 1 and Animal Systems 2. What kinds of concepts it gets into, and then it probably gets more advanced and more in depth, and there's even more concepts, or those two or more animal systems. But anyway, over here it gives, so it asks, just the, like the chapter mystery is over here, and the big idea is structure and function, and it gives an essential question for the big idea and for the chapter right here. Now, the chapter mystery, if you click on it, it shows a video, and for some reason it's not working, but anyway, so we won't worry about that. And so they have several case studies in this book. So, and this is pretty easy to just flip through the chapters and the pages just like that. Because on the new one, you need to go way down to the bottom, and you need to just click next, and it separates the lessons. So if you want to go to the next lesson, you have to go out, click the lesson, and like click separate lessons and get to the e-text, and then and so this is easier to navigate. So feeding and digestion, so it gives a little think about it, just a little just a brain hook on and just introduction right here of feeding and digestion. This is section 1. The key questions for this section laid out right here. These can be found in the text as well, and they are in blue. Vocabulary words down here, and if you click on one, it defines the word, intracellular digestion, it says type of digestion in which food is digested inside specialized cells that pass nutrients to other cells by diffusion. I have no idea what that is, because nobody has gotten into the material yet, and so we're going to start previewing this once the books arrive. So you can go to the glossary, and you can go to the dictionary down here. So, if you click here, so how do animals obtain food? If you click on the question, it shows you where it is in the actual text. So this is off Apple Books. So if I were to click on a vocab word, it gives me two options. Go to the glossary, it takes me to the glossary of just all the words laid out right here, and the different letters, like any glossary down this little menu. You can click on any, and it has the word and it defines it. Related glossary terms, and then the index of where the term is located, chapter 27, and then the section. So let's go back there. So you can click study up here, and it gives several features. So it has vocabulary cards, and it if you turn the card around, it just gives the definition. And so you can flip card. This is way easier to navigate because it has all the buttons easily laid out. You can easily click to one thing while you're on one page and not have to get out of the page and go to entirely new page. That's the real con about the new edition. So, if you go to this little button, you can click on the chapter, and it gives the vocabulary words for that. Table of contents, it gives right there. Okay, so I don't know if I need to show you all the features for that. Okay, so let's click done. So right here you can go see all the glossary terms. Okay, so taking notes, it gives the outline and reading strategy right there as well, as you can see if you can. So, obtaining food. So this is the section introduction, and we are on section 1, feeding and digestion. And so any key question that's listed is you can find it in the text, and it is in blue. And so here's the introduction, built vocabulary, in addition to the normal vocab words. Now, they insert several different types of figures and visuals in the actual text, and we're going to take a look at those kinds of things. So this is a figure for obtaining food. Figure 1.1, obtaining food. And so this is actually a slideshow. You can click down here at these dots from one to the next. So from filter feeders, detrivores, carnivores, and herbivores, you can easily go to one of the next. Or you can click up here to this button. Let's see what that does. Gives you it another form, and so you can see the figure more closely and just a bigger, fuller view of it. So then down here, this is the negative, low road to this is that you can't really read the little description for the figure that well. Can you read it? I can't read it. And so if you want to look at the picture closely and zoom it, but if you want to read the writing, I would suggest looking at the text in that form. So you can go across to one to the next very easily, and again it gives the picture, figure, and then the description for that. Okay, so now let's flip to the next page. So then this is just a regular figure on coral symbiodonts. So the little description, the color of the star coral is caused by Zooxanthellae algae living within. I don't know how to pronounce it. So then if you just again touch it, click it, then you can see the figure closer. So some of them have multiple slides to them, others don't. And also, any main ideas as well as the key questions are in the text in blue. So nutrients, symbiotics, and so the thing that I really like is that the text is really well broken down into several pages. So it's all with the imprinted textbooks, but they broke it down into more pages because there's less information. So I really like how they did that. Now the current edition 2019, they break the text down pretty well. They might have more of it, just slightly more, just not very much at all. But so they break it down, but not as well as this, because it's just a big page of text where you scroll down. This you don't need to, because it's just just very well broken down, so you can easily click the forward arrow and just read the text ongoing. So processing food and intracellular digestion, so key questions in the text and main ideas, and glossary terms and vocab terms for the lesson chapter in there as well. So let's see. So click on the figure. It shows the figure up close. So there's two figures, just like that. Okay. So, this is an analyzing data figure on the bird. Figure 1.5 digestive tracts description. Click analyze data. This is a little thing that they've embedded with the text, so it gives the just the name of the analyzing data and then the little description here, and so it gives these just these review questions of interpret graphs, analyzing data, and draw conclusion questions right here. So then it gives the graph over there. Okay, now if you go to the next page, now this is what I'm going to spend some time on. So, special occasions for different diets, specialized mouth parts, and specialized digestive tracts. Now you can the great thing is that you can read the text as you are looking at the figures, because they are just just as important. So this is the visual version of the text. So if you didn't want to read the text, you could look at the visual, although you should do both. So it gives the visual for the text, how it looks, and then just the reading going along with it. You can read it as you go along from one to the other, or you can do the visuals before you read, or vice versa. So, anyway, let's click on this. So, besides the slideshow regular figures and analyzing data that we looked at, this is a little video. This is what I call like a video in-depth figure model. That's what I'm going to call it. So, figure 1.6, specialized teeth for eating meat. So if you click on this little play button in the center, this is what's really kind of neat about this. You can click it and it gives just again, it outlines the figure and it focuses only on the figure. And so specialized teeth for eating meat, this is what the figure is. It gives a little just some information about that. Now down here, it labels the different parts. So the jaw joint, and this is a carnivore animal, and so this takes it in depth where it focuses on one thing, and you can really get a lot from it. But if you wanted to go further into it, if you wanted to go further in depth and look at an even more specific part of the creature, so then let's look at the incisors. So this is what's really great. So it shows, it actually shows you a video when you click on that of just the motions of how the incisors work and just how it, moves. And so, then it gives a little fact. So, chisel-like incisors are used for cutting, gnawing, and grooming, and it shows that in the video if you click on it, just a little silent motion video of how it shows you how they work. So you can do the same for another part of the body and of the figure. So males and preliminaries, and it gives a little fact about that. So now let's skip forward here. So at the end of the lesson, at the end of the chapter, it gives the assessment. So the assessment is right after. And so the great thing about this that I really like better than the Pearson Now is that it has everything all in one. You can click forward and it gives everything out in one full page and one full screen. You can go to one button to the next, and it gives, for example, for this, like the assessment, with the chapter on that same page. So as a new edition, you need to click out and go to the assessment tab. So for the assessment, it gives like a little question here, and it review key concepts, questions right here. So review questions, relate cause and effect, compare and contrast, and analogies. So then what about science? I'm just applying it to, just science and those questions for that, and just the summary of so that kind of thing. So this is right about science. So it's a written question. And as a teacher, you can quiz your students on all of it, or you can pick out specific parts of this information. Just the same as in the chapters themselves. So down here, for question 1 of 5, so detrivores feed on, so it gives the question and the answers, and then you can, like if you click on insects, it checks the answer, so wrong, if you do it right, it's probably green. You can easily go, click, the, questions as you go right or left, so you can click back and forth the questions going left or right. Then it shows you appeal question 3 of 5, question 4 or 5, and things like that. So that is what the text looks like. Just a little preview, and you can search any content. Detrivores, let's see if it comes up. I would have searched. Okay, well, anyway. Great. So I hope that was a good little preview to what it looks like.